let's dive right in. Today, we're going to try something a little different for learning Chinese. Seriously, forget the flashcards, toss the textbooks aside. We're going to learn some amazing characters by following the journey of one of history's most epic heroes, the one and only Mulan.
Mulan's story is, of course, legendary. But what gives it its real power, the reason it's stuck around for centuries, is hidden in the very words used to tell it. We're going to unpack 12 key Chinese characters that are literally the building blocks of her legend. And by connecting them to her story, well, they're going to become unforgettable.
So, our story doesn't start on some grand battlefield. Nope, it begins at home, where Mulan's family is facing this single, life-altering choice. And that one decision is what sets her whole incredible journey into motion.
Okay, so picture this. A draft notice from the emperor's army arrives at their door. And here's the problem. Mulan's father, he's old, he's frail, and she just knows he won't survive the brutality of war. This is the core of her dilemma.
This entire epic story, it really all begins with one single character. Die. You pronounce it Die. It's this warm, really affectionate term for dad. And everything Mulan does, from this moment on, is driven by the deep, deep love she has for her Die.
Now, the huge cultural idea pushing her to do this is captured in this next character, Xiao or Xiao. This is filial piety. It's a core virtue all about respect, love, and responsibility for your parents. So when Mulan decides to take her father's place, it's not just about being brave. It's the ultimate act of Xiao. It's a duty that's born from love.
And just like that, she makes her choice. She has to leave her xiang, pronounced xiang, her hometown. I mean, can you imagine the weight of that decision? She's leaving her family, her home, literally everything she's ever known for this terrifying, unknown future, all to protect the people she loves.
So the decision's been made. Mulan leaves home and starts this long, grueling journey to the front lines. The real war hasn't even started yet, but this road is already a brutal test of her strength and her will to go on. Now, it's really important to get inside Mulan's head here. She isn't just going to play defense. Her mission is captured by this character, Gong. You say it, Gong, and it means to attack. Right from the start, her plan is to be proactive, to take the fight to the enemy to protect her country. Okay, this next character paints such a vivid picture of the day-to-day misery of her journey. The original poem actually mentions mosquitoes that are constantly teeing or ding her, biting her. It seems like such a small detail, right? But it's so powerful. It tells us that beyond the exhaustion and the fear, she's dealing with the relentless torture of insect bites. This tiny word shows us the hardship she faced way before she ever saw a battlefield. All right, we've arrived at the heart of the storm. That long journey is over, and now Mulan is staring right into the chaos and terror of the battlefield. This is it. This is her ultimate test. Just look at this. The poem describes these furious winds and swirling snow, creating this cold, chaotic, and just terrifying scene. This is the stage where Mulan is going to prove herself as a warrior. The poem uses the word kuang, pronounced Kwang, to describe that wind. It means wild or furious. But this character is doing double duty here. It doesn't just describe the weather. It also perfectly captures the mad, uncontrollable, savage nature of war itself. So what is the central action of this whole part of the story? It's all captured by one character, Zhan, or Zhan. Battle, fight, war. The entire climax of Mulan's legend revolves around this one powerful word. But war has a brutal, unflinching reality to it. And that reality is captured in this word, sha. It means to kill. There's no poetry here, you know? It's direct, it's sharp, and it reflects the grim, harsh truth of what a soldier has to do. So who's the target of this action? The Di, pronounced Di, the enemy. And in Chinese, these two characters, sha and Di, they often go together. They form the phrase sha Di, which means, quite simply, to kill the enemy. That's the harsh command of battle. And then, the fighting is over. Years of chaos and bloodshed have finally come to an end. The whole tone shifts now as we follow our hero on her triumphant journey back home. You know, every battle really only has two possible outcomes. You can bai, which means you're defeated, or you can sheng and achieve victory. After a long, brutal war, Mulan and her army, they were victorious. After 12 long years,
Can you imagine that? The war is finally over. Think about her return. Mulan comes back home not as the young girl who secretly slipped away from her village, but as a celebrated, respected war hero.
And this brings us to our final, and maybe the most powerful character of them all. Xiong, pronounced Xiong. It means hero. But here's what's so fascinating. Xiong also means male or masculine. The great irony and the immense power of her story is that one of China's most celebrated heroes, described with this very word, was a woman.
So there you have it. We followed Mulan's incredible journey, and we picked up 12 characters that are just filled with love, duty, hardship, and triumph. These aren't just symbols on a page anymore, right? They have a story, and now they're yours. The only question left is, what story are you going to tell with them?